All right. So just testing out the stream here. See if we can get this thing going. See all these other people on YouTube, 100,000 followers. They probably don't know half as much as I know about Destiny. So I'm gonna try this out. Take some time, but we can do it. Takes a full 24 hours just to be able to even stream on YouTube. So. So for today we are rocking what I like to call the supercharged build. Fuck, what are these mods called? I need a script. Charged with light mods is what we're going to be using here. And it all starts with this one right here, the taking charge. Anytime you pick up an orb of light, it'll make you charge with light, and you can apply other mods to make that charge of light do things for you. And we'll get to that in a second, but as also along with this build, since we're picking up orbs every chance we get, throwing on recuperation is also a huge help. This thing will heal you. It only costs 1 energy, and it'll heal you every single time you pick up an orb of light. This thing's a lifesaver in raids, nightfalls, really anywhere. I mean, anywhere that respawn is restricted, this thing has saved my life so many times. For 1 energy, it's probably one of the best mods in the game. For 1 energy, you know. Doesn't cost shit. So the next one is actually going to be our usable charge with light mod. So the other mod, we get charged with light, pick up orbs, charged with light. This has become one of my favorites just in the last few days. I don't know how I overlooked it until now, but this thing is friggin' amazing. Basically, when you're surrounded, 3 enemies or more are near you. Anytime you take damage, this will emit a huge burst of arc energy, and it will kill any red bar, and it'll take down a yellow bar more than half. I've seen it take down yellow bar knights to like a shred where I can just punch them and they're done, or I can finish them. And then on top of it, if you have another arc mod like this pulse rifle dexterity that I have over here, it gives you an extra perk. Gain a powerful overshield while performing your finisher. So it's just incredible. Again, this thing has saved my life a bunch of times. Had a couple big knights on me, go to finish one. Normally, I would get 1 shot because I had no life. Boom, this thing gives you an overshield while you're doing your finisher. Finish the guy off and move on. It's fucking fantastic. This build is just about survivability. It is so good. So then here we have our charged up build. Our charged up mod. This gives you 1 additional stack. And for this we want to have as many stacks of charged with light at all times, because it's a passive use. It's not being used when I want. It's just whenever I take a hit and I'm surrounded, it uses a stack. So I try to have 5 stacks at all times. Sadly, at the moment, no seasonal mods can go on exotics, but when Beyond Light comes out, that's going to change, and it has me extremely excited, because if I could put a mod on here, I could have 5 charged with light mods. So that would really enhance my build. Right now, to do that, I'd have to lose my exotic, and anybody who plays with me regularly knows that I'm not giving up my Arc Souls for anything except maybe like a new stasis subclass. But yeah, and then so come up to my helmet here, we have supercharged, which is what really lets you get up to that ×5 charge with light. So between all of these, makes me pretty damn powerful. So let's test it out. I also just to add a little icing on the cake here, I have my Getaway Artist, which turns an arc grenade into arc souls. It still counts as a grenade though. So, go down here and take a look at this perk. Gain even more super energy on grenade kills. So I have 20 seconds of grenade, basically, every time I proc an arc soul. And as you can see here, I have 86 discipline. My grenade comes every 41 seconds. I can even get it a little higher than that if I wanted to, but that's fine. When we're using Chaos Reach, we have Ionic Traces. Defeating enemies has a chance to create Ionic Traces. Collecting these traces grants energy to all of your abilities. That's your super, your grenade, your melee, your rift, everything. So if you're rocking Middle Tree Arc, you really don't need to spec out to 100 on discipline if you're trying to run a grenade build, or melee if you're trying to run a melee build, because those Ionic Traces will carry you through. Make sure you're like above 50 on everything, and you're probably good. I'm crazy about my grenades, so I always have that a little bit higher, but that's just me. So yeah, we're gonna be getting a lot of super from our grenades. We're gonna have Charge with Light constantly. Anytime somebody comes up and punches us at a close range while we're surrounded, they're gonna get destroyed. And actually, I didn't load up my weapons here for this build. I don't know why. No real reason for the weapons. This is just what I like to run for this build. Do an Outbreak Perfected, fully masterwork. Gonna run this Eikelos SMG with Subsistence and Surrounded. This thing is ridiculous with Surrounded. And then if you wanna, if I felt like taking off my Reactive Pulse, I could put on a high energy fire mod that Charge with Light would make this an extra 10% damage on top of the 20% that the Surrounded already gives. This thing with high energy fire basically becomes a heavy machine gun in a smaller form. It's fantastic. And then I have this sword here. This is the god roll of Falling Guillotine. Jagged Edge, Swordmaster's Guard, Relentless Strikes, Whirlwind Blade, but I also have the bonus perk of Surrounded. Now, Whirlwind Blade and Relentless are what you're going to want to do for Riven, or if you have a single target damage that you're doing, because every strike, it's going to increase Whirlwind Blade up to times 5, giving you more damage each time. It's amazing for Riven. It's amazing for tanky yellow bars, Nightfall bosses, anything. But if I'm just running around killing one bar, or yellow bar, I can't speak, red bar and yellow bar ads that aren't that tanky, this Surrounded perk is going to do me a lot more. I'm going to get more damage off of this than Whirlwind Blade, because I'm not going to have a chance to build up my Whirlwind if all the ads are getting killed in one shot. So Surrounded is fantastic for smaller yellow bars, give you that extra damage. And then a Surrounded spec, of course. Bonus damage lingers even after you're not surrounded anymore. Wonderful. Alright. Let's show this off a little bit here. So wonderful. I am Charged with Light times 5 to start. As you can see above my HUD there. And builds are my thing in this game. I could sit here, given the right mods, and especially once Beyond Light comes out and there's no more armor affinities for mods and whatnot, I'm going to be the build master. This is the channel to come to if you need build solutions, especially for Warlocks. I'll be loading out all 3 characters, so Hunters and Titan and which you've covered as well, but I am a Warlock through and through. You can see this subsistence, how much longer it's making my magazine last here. Such a good perk since they took back some of the, or gave back some of the reserves. But I don't know, when it first came out, they hit the reserves so hard it wasn't worth using. I mean, you had like 40 bullets in the reserves. They took that back a little bit. Still fairly easy to run out of ammo, especially with this SMG or an auto rifle with the oh man, it's so good. If you slap on a primary ammo scavenger, it'll be fine. Even then, I don't really worry about it. Just switch another weapon. So I haven't really shown off any of the actual builds, just kind of showing the weapons here. I am charged with light times 4. Let this arc soul dissipate, and I will go show off this reactive pulse and exactly what it does. In the heat of the moment, it's not always extremely noticeable, but you'll notice it when you're not dead. Because it's just a quick arc flash, so if you have grenades and explosions going off around you, you won't notice it per se, but it's really nice here in the Altar of Sorrow, actually. Whenever you kill something, it tells you gained 1 second, so whenever I see like 6 or 7 1 seconds pop up and I didn't shoot anything or throw a grenade, I know my reactive pulse is working. It is a 360 AoE damage that will take out anything around it. So, great for use that first. 4. Took out 4 right there with my reactive pulse. Oh, there's my took out that knight. Yep. Keep hitting me. And I'm out of charge of fight. Now I gotta go get more ore. But you see how powerful that can be. I mean, seriously, right? I'm just sitting there. Just sitting there and they can fucking wail like how many different enemies wailed on me right there before I had to put a healing rift in. I mean, if I sat there with my Arc Soul and a healing rift, I mean, I could probably go at AFK for, you know, a solid 2 minutes without even dying. You know, that could buy me time to run, you know, grab a beer from the fridge or something. Or pack and pull. Even more important. So now we'll show off another build I like to do. It's fairly similar. Really just switch over to... Sorry, listening to myself on my own stream. It's a test run. Deal with it. I got Middle Tree here. Again, Forsaken classes. Middle Tree, Dawnblade, not Dawnblade, Well of Radiance, Sunbracers. Exotic. Again, I can't wait till I can put seasonal mods on this thing. These builds would be 100 times better come Beyond Light. So we can use the exact same build with any of our subclasses, really, because this Reactive Pulse, while it's an arc mod, it only needs to go on an arc piece of armor. It doesn't actually have to be coupled with the subclass, but we're going to change it up to do something a little different here, because why run the same build on a different subclass? That's not showing anything. So we got Sunbracers. Still rocking our enhanced access to assets. I almost never take that off. Again, Sunbracers rely very heavily on grenades. When you get a melee kill, I'm going to go ahead and put a strength mod on this, because when you get a melee kill, it grants unlimited solar grenade energy for a brief time. Basically, throw 4 to 5 regular grenades or 2 to 3 healing grenades. Yeah, it's a fantastic exotic. So imagine having 4 to 5 grenades every time I have a